Unscripted. That's the stuff.
Water cheers.
It's a water night. How's everyone doing? We got a couple people watching. I'm going to watch it on my phone so I can keep up with the chat too, just in case.
Turn it all the way down so that
Oh
so that we can't hear ourselves on there too.
I'm planning to do that. Yes.
But yeah, we're hopefully not going to have any glitches tonight and not have to restart like we had to last week. So we're using the phone because the laptop was not our friend last week when we tried that. But you'll just have to deal with us backwards because we still haven't figured out the mirror situation. Corey put out a message or like a post or something like that to YouTube and we haven't heard back.
Yeah.
So, but you can still see the books even if they're backwards.
I started reading.
Which book?
Yeah.
Be good to know because then I maybe wouldn't start it.
Hi, Mindy. How you doing?
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's good. It's been a good Monday. Good Monday so far.
Pretty good. Can't really complain.
Like how good can a Monday be? I mean, for a Monday, this was pretty good one.
Do you like Mondays or not?
That's.
Hi.
Hi, Carly.
I saw that you got your book, so that's exciting. That actually got to you pretty quickly.
I know. I was surprised. It's called
All There Is by Violet Duke. I have not heard of that book before.
Is it?
But it's sad.
Were you expecting it to be sad, or is it? Are you sad that it's sad?
Yeah. See, I feel like I can. It's like if I know a book is going to be sad ahead of time, that's one thing. But yeah, I have a story about that. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. With the whole sad book thing. For my physical book club, so this was not this past Christmas season, but the Christmas season before, we decided to do a holiday romance for the month of December. And I had not read this particular author before, and I don't think any of us had. And so we were very surprised to find that it was not like a cutesy rom-com holiday feel-good book. It was in fact very sad. It was a really good book. Like, it was very well written. It was a good story, but we were just not expecting the sad aspect.
I didn't know. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes that can be a little rough when it's a surprise. I actually wanted to chuck this particular book across the room because I was furious. So maybe I can I could tune you into it was called Always in December, I believe. But if you're looking for a sad romance and you need a good cry, well, there you go. But I was not in the mood for it.
You were not expecting it either.
It's not happy.
Came out of nowhere. All right, so we're going to jump into our featured book of the week. We wanted to pick a book from the Aardvark Book Club, one that neither of us have read yet, but we've had it for
long enough.
A good amount of time now. We both haven't read it, but we're both very interested. We wanted to pick one from Aardvark Book Club tonight, and we are choosing this one by Stuart Turton. The Last Murder at the End of the World. It's a nice looking book.
Yes.
Solve the murder to save what's left of the world. This one sounds really interesting.
It's a genre-bending novel, is what my understanding is.
Yes.
So
very interesting. It's kind of about so it takes, okay. I'll read a little bit.
There isn't like a
I'll read a little bit of it because it's very interesting premise. Outside the island, there's nothing. The world was destroyed by a fog that swept the planet, killing anyone it touched. On the island, it is idyllic. 122 villagers and 3 scientists living in peaceful harmony. The villagers are content to fish, farm, and feast, to obey their nightly curfew, to do what they're told by the scientists. Until, to the horror of the islanders, one of their beloved scientists is found brutally stabbed to death.
Yikes.
And then they learn that the murder has triggered a lowering of the security system around the island, and the only thing that was keeping the fog at bay. If the murder isn't solved within 107 hours, the fog will smother the island and everyone on it. But the security system has also wiped everyone's memories of exactly what happened the night before, which means that someone on the island is a murderer and they don't even know it.
pretty crazy.
I know, like, he like the cover makes it sound like seems so much cheerier, you know?
Yeah, it is kind of a
if that makes
misleading
sense.
cover, but it's actually a really cool cover.
Yeah.
I like it.
This one sounds good. We were both very interested in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know when we're gonna fit it in.
I don't know.
But if you read this one, let us know. But this is our featured book of the week. If you haven't heard of it, check it out.
Yeah. And it is still available through Aardvark, so you can get it through them. You'd have to have it as an add-on, so it would cost you $9.99 to add it into your box. If you wanted to get one of their current picks that we are not showing right at the moment because we don't have ours yet, but we did pick ours. But you could get one of those for $4, and then you could add this to your box. And $9.99 is still a really great deal for a really nice hardcover book. So
Yeah,
that one should
sounds
still
crazy.
be available.
I
The
don't
last
think I
time
had
we checked,
fully-
anyway.
I don't think I'd fully read the premise until like right before he came on here, and I was like, "Wowza, that sounds crazy,
It does look
crazy good." So,
Oh wow! So this is the premise of the book that you're currently reading.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that
oh jeez,
seems like it could be heavy for sure. Heavy, sad.
yeah.
premise.
So like Katie said, we did order our books from Aardvark on Saturday, so we are excited to get those. Hopefully, we'll have them in time for next week's episode.
Yes.
I know
Hopefully.
they're shipping. It takes about a week or so, but I mean, a lot of you guys might already know what we got because we got all,
Yeah, we got all of them.
we got all,
Spoiler alert.
we got all 6 of their options, which is very nice. So we're gonna be able to get all 6 of their books most months, which is very generous of them to do
No,
that for us.
We'll get 6 total. It'll just be if we decide to get all of the most current books. But I was loving every single one of them. So I'm like, yep, we're getting all the current
Had
picks.
to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. So the one I was excited about, I showed last week, is this one, Dead Money. I did start it yesterday. I mean, don't get too excited. I read the prologue, but it was good so far. It was good. So I did
Sucked you
I
in.
did start this one yesterday. I had realized I was only reading one book at the time,
Yeah.
and that was weird. So
It is weird.
I did decide to start this one, and Katie was like, if you start this book, you're not
You're
gonna
gonna
read.
abandon the other one.
You're
that
not
you
gonna
do
read
have
anything
currently. Go
else.
away.
And that might be the case, but I'll try my best because I got the prologue read and I'm pretty interested already.
Well, yeah, and you can't totally forget about our virtual book club book. So he does have to, even though if you're gonna get sucked into that one, you'll have to make time and room for this one. We always like to remind people about this because this is already coming up pretty quickly.
On the
less
16th.
than 2 weeks away now.
I got 3.
You got 3.
All
Yay.
right.
Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Oh, the wax pack. Hey, man. How you doing?
Thanks for joining. So yeah, this is called Small Game by Blair Braverman. She is a local author to us. It is a smaller book, so hopefully, with a shorter time frame from here until our next meeting, you could get this read. I have not started it yet, but I'm planning to probably not tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Luckily, it's a little shorter.
Yeah, it is shorter. I didn't see how long the chapters are, but the book itself is it's pretty short. I don't see how many pages it is. Without the acknowledgments, it's 275 pages, so not bad.
That's good.
Got kind of a cool cover and an interesting premise as well. Okay, yeah, you're gonna try to read it too.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you could find it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be good. I mean,
It looks good.
I think a few people have already finished it
Or have at least started it.
I know someone has finished it already
Okay.
in our book club, so that's pretty great. So I think the 16th. I should have started it yesterday probably.
Yeah, according to your
I like to give
schedule,
myself 2 weeks, but luckily this
It
one's
is
shorter, so I can get away with a little less than that probably. But I know I'll make it happen. We always make it happen.
We don't want to be down to the wire.
Sometimes
though,
we
this one
get
might be trickier
down
to find
to
on
the
audio.
wire. That's true.
So,
But
gotta get
it seems very interesting and like a pretty quick read.
Yeah.
So it's still time to join, and we are going to show. We did pick a book for April too.
Yes.
We are going to
we'll
show our
that one.
April pick.
Also happens to be from Aardvark. Shocker. We decided to do Aardvark Aprils. That was intentional.
Yeah.
All of the choices that I gave in our virtual book club chat were aardvark titles. And we made sure that you could still get them through aardvark if you wanted to, but this one is one of their most recent picks. So this was a February choice. Yes.
So small games for March, and this one's for April. Do we have a date?
Yes, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. It's towards the end of April, so we'll actually have a longer turnaround time this time. So that'll be helpful. This is a slightly thicker book.
So this book here, Death of the Author.
Can you pronounce that?
Nettie Okafor. So nice looking book. This was the one that everyone chose. It was a pretty runaway winner.
Yes, I feel like it was getting the most votes like right away, pretty quickly.
Out of the 5 books we chose, this one was
people were the most excited
clear
about it.
winner. So definitely has a lot of interest.
Yes.
So if you want to join in for April, we want to give you plenty of time to able to acquire the book.
Yes.
Or,
so you wouldn't be able to get this one for $4 anymore because now we're in March and this was a February pick, but you could add it on for that $9.99.
Yes.
If you don't have the book yet and you want to get it through aardvark. This one has a smaller blurb right here. In this exhilarating tale by New York Times bestselling and award-winning author, did you say Nettie Okorafor, a disabled Nigerian-American woman, pens a wildly successful sci-fi novel, but as her fame rises, she loses control of the narrative. A surprisingly cutting yet heartfelt drama about art and love, identity and connection, and ultimately what makes us human. This is a story unlike anything you've read before. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by it. It's, I believe it falls into the sci-fi category. I don't know if there's any other genre, but I believe it's sci-fi. Oh wow, and she has a lot of other books too, adult ones and young adult and even children's books.
Oh,
so
that's
kind of cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see how long these ooh, it's kind of small print. We like to check out the print and the chapters before we read a book.
Chapter length.
Ooh, the second chapter is quite long. But yeah, so this is going to be a longer book. It's good that we have, a little bit more time to read it. It's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
They all are. And we always have to look at, I guess we didn't take it off the other one to see what it looks like without the dust jacket.
Which one?
The other aardvark book that we showed.
Dead Money?
Oh, I guess we've shown 3 of them now. The last murder at the end of the world.
Right. We better do that.
You gotta show them all. Yeah. It's like our thing.
Dead Money's got the
red on red.
The red on red on red. A little bit of dripping.
Yeah.
From the D.
Too.
We'll show.
Yeah, show the other one.
Oh, this one just seems so cheery.
I know, but it's not. It does not have a cheery premise.
Oh,
that one's kind of cool looking too, like yellow and orange.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
We're just obsessed with their books. They're very, very attractive.
Looking. Okay, and then we talked about that one.
Yep.
We can move.
All right.
Move that out of the way.
Yeah, so we actually acquired quite a few books in the past since we did our last episode. Some we got in the mail, some we bought. Katie found one in a free library, which was a great score. And a couple, were sent to us. So that was very cool. So we're going to show some of those books we got this week.
All right, I'm going to start with this collection here. This is a series of 3 books, and they're so lovely. They're really pretty. Let's do it this way. Fun little stack here. So I think, I'm not positive on where these 2 land, but this is the first one in the series. It's called The Retreat by Haley Gardner. It's like these really sweet romances. These are closed-door romances. And on a sad note, the author of these books just passed away recently. She was pretty young, I feel like probably around our age. Left behind her husband and 2 children. She was pregnant with a 3rd, and I guess I'm not entirely sure on the details. I don't know if the baby survived or if the baby also passed. She died during like an emergency surgery or something like that. So super, super sad. I had never heard of this author before, but she all of a sudden was like going viral all over social media. And so we banded together as a book community to like get her name out there. And so of course, unfortunately, she's not going to be writing anything new, but she's got more than just these 3 books. So I linked her in our description so that you can go on Amazon and find her books. And so we kind of just all wanted to band together and be able to still support her family with purchases of her books. So I'm sure I'm going to love them. So it was really easy for me to want to do that. Like, and it, goes towards a good cause then, and I'm still getting some really fun books to read. So I'm going to definitely check out her other books as well. She has like a holiday themed one. I think it's a novella, so it's shorter, and then like another series. And then I believe all of these are also available on Kindle Unlimited. So I don't know entirely how that benefits authors and their families, but I know it still does. So I think even if, because you're paying for the Kindle Unlimited subscription, so if you want to read them digitally, otherwise, yeah, get these nice paperbacks for your shelf. So I started off with just these 3, and I'm sure I'll enjoy them. They look really sweet, and they are closed door romances, so nice and squeaky clean, and I'm sure really cute stories. So I wanted to show those off first.
Cool.
And then do you want to talk
Yeah, what do we got? So this one showed up in the mail over the weekend, maybe?
It was last week,
Friday?
but it would have been after we,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we showed it during our last Beer and Books episode.
Look at We Are
But if
Watching
we did, you're going to see it again. It's a cool book.
by Allison Galen. Astonishing, a harrowing, haunting exploration of the perilous lure of conspiracy thinking. So yeah, I don't know. This was one.
It was a giveaway.
It was a giveaway, yes. Okay.
I entered a giveaway
You have to do-
on Jordy's book club. He's on Instagram, and we both follow him, and he's great. He and another, like a friend of his who is also an Instagrammer or bookstagrammer, they often come together and do a giveaway. And so I basically enter all of his giveaways because he has great book recommendations. And so, of course, he had already read it and was like, this is great. And we're giving away however many copies. So I was one of the winners. I was so excited. So, and then the funny part about this too is we got 2 of the same book. And I was like, oh, great. This is wonderful. We can like buddy read and like, cause whenever we do want to read a book at the same time, we're like sharing a copy. And I know we were talking about that, I think in a previous episode of like, when we do our book club reads, especially, I'm like, maybe we need to start like getting more than one copy because it gets kind of hard to share copies sometimes. So here I was thinking, oh, that's exciting. And I open it up and the first like, I don't know how many chapters or pages was like completely upside down.
Yeah,
so it was
first,
like the printing got messed up with it or
chapters.
something. And I mean, technically, I guess Corey could have read it like that if he wanted to, like, and we could have kept it, but I ended up passing it off to a little free library. So it's going to actually be kind of a surprise to somebody who grabs it and finds it like that. But I mean, you can still read it.
It was readable.
But it was so bizarre. Because here I'm thinking like, oh, we got like 2 books in the mail. And I wasn't sure what like the other one was. I'm like, oh, it's the same exact book, only it's printed weird. So apparently the same thing happened to a lot of the other giveaway winners. Or some of them got 2 copies and they were both perfect. Like not messed
really?
up. So, yeah. If it had been a perfect copy, we would have passed on the love and probably done a giveaway on social media. But yeah, instead I did give it away, but put it in a little free library.
It was kind of, you would have had to start it.
You would have had to start it.
Like,
It just would have been
upside
really
down.
weird. Upside down and like
And then
over here.
after you got through
So
the first
I don't
8
know.
chapters, it would have been
It
fine.
would have been a really bizarre reading
But-
experience, but
Yeah, he loved this book, so
yeah, it looks really good.
amazing.
Yeah. So there's that one.
We are watching. Sometimes the world is out to get you. That's not a good. All right, another one that came in the mail.
Yes, this was
Recently.
from what are they called? Source Books, Landmark. From this publishing company, I'm part of their influencer program, so I get like a ton of books from them, and very often I'm not even like sure what I'm gonna get. Like it's just like always a nice surprise.
Book surprise.
Yes, exactly. So I will sometimes get ARCs, those advanced reading copies, digitally, and that's always fun to just have it to read on my Kindle too. But then oftentimes, not only will I get the digital copy, but then they'll send me a physical copy too. So I'll get both. Sometimes I've only gotten the digital copy, but I would say very often I end up with physical copies. So it's funny, this one showed up and I was like, they already sent me this one. And I had to like figure out what was different. They sent me the ARC a little while back, which I was super excited to get. And then this is the completed copy. So that's pretty cool. So I will be doing a giveaway with the ARC, which is pretty much identical, except it just has the little like ARC label on here. And like on the binding, it says like what date it comes out. But this is called Desperate Deadly Widows. It's by 4 different authors. I'm going to see what I can do here, but I don't want to read this book until I read the first one. So that is one bummer, is this is actually book 2 in a series.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful. It's a free book. But now I'm feeling the pressure to go back and read the first one, which I do have on my Kindle. So I'd like to do that as soon as possible so that I can still get this read, like around when it comes out. I'm blanking on the specific date, but it is April is when this one publishes. So, and it is kind of a thicker book. And if I still have to read the first one, we'll see what I can do. And I don't know, maybe they aren't ones where you need to read the first one, but it kind of seems like it, because you're following these 4 characters, and I'm sure something happens in the first one that maybe, unless they're like different stories, same characters. I know sometimes that can be the case as well, but anyway, grateful for the free copy regardless.
Yeah.
And then, I have an ARC copy that I am
That was
happy
very nice.
to pass along and do a giveaway with.
All right. What else? Yeah. So this one we actually just got in the mail today, like a couple
really
hours
nice.
ago. I know, very nice.
I was reached out to by whoever their PR person probably is on Instagram.
One
so-
good thing.
Yeah, it's a historical fiction novel, which is
Georgia
normally not our jam. But I am trying to get into historical fiction more. So for the right book, I would like to give them a try. So I did say yes when they reached out about it, because it's hard to pass that up, especially this is not an ARC, this is a completed copy of the book. And I don't know if it's out now already or if it's publishing soon. I believe it's not out yet, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
she signed it. That's
cool.
nice.
Yeah, it's signed. That's awesome. Has a little, what do they call that? There's a name for that. Because they stick it inside the book and sign
It
it.
says Georgia. Well, that's cool.
Signed copy.
We watched
really,
we watched a little video of her
yeah,
explaining this book
really
and how it
talking
came to
about
be.
it.
It sounds
it sounds really good.
actually very, very interesting. We need to get more into historical fiction just
Yeah.
because, we don't want to continue to knock it till we
I was gonna say we don't
give it.
need to get into it. That's a good topic for discussion, because I was just talking to my friend about it today. I took a walk with one of my closest friends. That there really shouldn't be pressure to finish books. First of all, we've talked about DNFing and being more okay with that, being all right, this book isn't working for me, I'm gonna move on, and not feeling bad about it.
Yeah.
And then also, there should never be a pressure to read a certain genre if you've just realized it's not your jam. If you've tried a certain amount of books in that genre and you're just not feeling it, then why is there this I really want to get into this more, or I need to? It's no, you don't. You like what you like.
That's true.
And you don't have to like it.
What I'm saying is we haven't given it enough
For sure.
enough effort.
I've even
of a
read
chance.
more than you have,
Correct.
and I still would like to read more before I say collectively that I just don't do historical fiction. But no, for me, I think it's going to be more it's certain books that I will probably enjoy, and they happen to be historical fiction. But I'm still saying right now, in this moment, I'm not drawn to it as much as I am drawn to other genres.
It probably will never
It's
be.
not I won't read them. It's that, it's not a genre where.
It'll probably never be one of those genres that's I need to do it.
Yeah.
Like some
Do you
thrillers.
like historical fiction? Let us know.
Yeah. Why don't you show that one
But
up next?
Here we
just
go.
to
Here's another one.
set the stage a little bit.
So this one I found in a little free library. And I have been wanting to read this one, actually. And I was just going to, when I was finally ready for it, I was going to borrow it from my sister-in-law, because I do know she has a copy. And, she owes me sometimes, I should say, because I lend her books all the time. So it is kind of funny when I'm oh, you have a book that I don't have. Can I borrow it? But now I don't need to. And I know with little free libraries, you love historical fiction.
You love it. A lot of people do.
You are supposed to, leave a book there and take one. But I will say this, I don't always do that every single time, but in our neighborhood, I have done my what is that called? Your
Mindy
due
loves
diligence.
it too.
I-
And Liz.
Okay, awesome.
right,
We got
well-
some historical fiction lovers here.
Send the recommendations then, the good ones.
Due diligence, that was the
Due
word I
diligence.
was looking for. But no, I very often, or I feel often enough, go and stock, you know,
Yeah,
a lot of them.
we put a
We
lot
have
of
a
books
lot
in.
in our
Yeah.
area, so no, I don't like each time I go and take something.
Well, this was one we just ran into like on our walk. We weren't
But
even.
I just want to make sure to say that because I don't just go steal a bunch of books from there and never like put any books in there. But yes, The Women by Kristen Hanna. I still have not read anything by her, and I really wanted The Nightingale to be my first read by her. But I'm almost wondering if I'll like this one more because from a trusted friend who I talk to a lot on social media, we've become actually quite close. And I trust her recommendations, and she thinks I would like this one more than The Nightingale because it's like not slow. She said there was enough going on in it that it would keep my attention because I think that's where I have a hard time.
A great find.
Oh, you're waiting for it to come out in paperback, but yeah, great find. It's in like excellent condition, and somebody just like gave it up.
They read it and they.
Wow, okay. Nice hardcover. Sure, I'll take that. Thank you. So no, yeah, I've heard excellent things, and my friend did say she doesn't think I would be bored because that's always my worry is that I feel like even if it's good content or it sounds interesting, it's just that the pacing in a lot of historical fiction books is too slow for my taste. So that's I think why I struggle. It's not because I'm not interested or like don't want to learn about, you know, things that were taken from, you know, actual historical events or whatever. But yeah, that was a really good find.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that one.
We need to give the old college try.
I should really read it sooner rather than later because I know so many people were talking about it as like a top read of last year. So I'm definitely behind the hype anyway, or, you know, like a lot of people reading it.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. Sometimes you can be behind.
Yes, it is okay.
All right, so I wanted to ask a couple questions to you, and then I'll answer as well.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
This isn't your guessing game?
No, this is something
different.
This is more of a reading preferences snapshot.
Okay.
All right, you ready? And everyone can answer too in the comments. Starting with your ideal. I think I know yours, but I don't know for sure. Your ideal.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one before.
Isola.
I haven't heard of that one before.
I think I might have just seen that one looking on Goodreads a little bit. Your ideal time of the day to be reading.
Okay. So you want me to answer first?
Yes. What is your...
And then obviously you guys can chime in.
You give yours, I will give mine, but think about first your ideal...
My ideal time of day?
Time of the day. You can give a specific time if you want, or just a time of the day that you prefer to be reading.
Well, my ideal time is shortly after we get our kids to bed.
Sure.
Because it's like, it's still, that's considered nighttime for me, and I'm a night person. But that's when I'm still plenty awake and can like get like pretty far in my reading. I feel like that's where I get my most uninterrupted.
Mindy said night.
My most uninterrupted time of reading. Obviously, the closer we get to like when we're both gonna go to sleep, and I move to our bed, like I'll admit I'm distracted by my phone often, and I would be curious to see what you guys have to say about this. If you have better boundaries with your phones, I've actually been tempted to leave my phone down. We're in a 2-story and leave my phone down here on this level, like just put it in the kitchen or something, like on the counter, and not have it next to me in bed because I don't really need an alarm. I mean, if you wanted to ever adopt that, you would have to literally use a good old-fashioned alarm clock because you use, you know, your alarm on your phone. But
true.
Speaking for myself, he doesn't have to do that. But if I chose to do that, he has an alarm. You know, he has the alarm. He gets up for work. He and the children are my alarm. So like I wouldn't need it for that. You get up really early. That's nice.
And I enjoy.
See, that sounds nice. I wish I wanted to do that. Like that actually sounds delightful. But no, I'm more of it's peace and quiet at nighttime. I don't do the peace and quiet in the morning because I'm not a morning person. I would have to get up way earlier than I want to if I wanted to do that because our children are very early risers. So that's why I'm like, I can't bring myself to do that, unfortunately. So for me, nighttime is my jam.
Nighttime, like
is my bread and butter.
About 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So like right now
while we're talking to you guys, which is fine.
Monet.
Yeah.
Evening
after 8 p.m. But yeah, so the closer I get to like when I'm gonna go to sleep though, then yes, I struggle, and I got off on a tangent there, but I often pick up my phone and scroll, and then I cut into more reading time, and then I'm really not doing that much once I'm in bed, which I love reading in bed. It's very cozy. But then it's almost like, all right, lights out, you know, and I didn't get as much reading in at that point. So it's more like when we're down here chilling and our kids are in bed.
That's the time.
That's the time. Yep.
Yeah. For me, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. So like 4:00.
Yeah, that makes sense, Carly.
Like I get home from work, you know, I'm like energized, but like relaxed in a way, and I'm like pretty focused, you know. So like 4:00 in the afternoon, I'm perfectly capable reader, you know. I mean, I can do later, but
Yeah.
I definitely have a tendency to fall asleep.
Well, yeah, he's not as much of a night
So like,
person
if I had
as
to pick
am,
an
so.
ideal time to read, it's in the afternoon, especially like on the weekend, afternoon, the weekend.
Yeah, when we
especially,
don't have anything going on and
and
we're
what's
just home.
nice about our house in the afternoon, like there's usually a lot of light. Like the other day, we were reading. I think was that Saturday? We were reading in our Four Seasons room, and the sun was out. The lighting was crazy
Perfect.
good, and like the sun was warm. It was perfect. Like
Yeah.
I read through I don't know how many chapters, no problem. So it was perfect time. I'd say 4:00 for me is the right time.
Yeah, and then a lot of things have to come together though in order for you to do that peacefully. Although he seems to be better at tuning things out than I am. Like if our kids are playing really nicely, like either on the same level with us or they go down to their playroom in the basement, then like we can both have some like daytime reading time. But
Yeah, Liz said about what I said. Liz said later afternoon, early evening, I get sleepy while reading, so it's tough at night. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
All right, next question.
Okay.
For your ideal, what type of I kind of know your answer, but where would you be sitting? What kind of chair would you be sitting in?
Funny how we don't have my ideal chair in this house right now, so we actually are
You have to
looking
picture
at
it, yes. What kind of
some chair options. Like I'm grateful for the spots that we do have
We
right
have tons
now.
of chairs, but
We have lots of options, but they are not
they're not
comfortable
right yet.
enough for me. So, which is why I actually like my bed the most as far as comfort goes, because it's
that
just
the
the
ideal?
coziest. So right now it would be my bed, but like I said, that's verging on starting to get too late even for me, and so then I don't really get to read a ton at that point once I'm in my bed. But no, we're looking at some chair options. It's just going to be a matter of how big can we realistically go in the space that we have. But I would love like doesn't have to be round, but I kind of like the idea of like a round giant chair. If you read in bed, you'll definitely fall asleep. That's fair.
Truth, no doubt.
I want like it. So yeah, it doesn't have to be round, but kind of like an oversized chair. So it'd almost be like a chair couch hybrid, but it needs to be much more comfortable than the couch we're currently sitting on, which you don't know what that's like because you're not sitting on it. But this
Beautiful couch.
We kind of talk about it that it's kind of a disappointment because we did not shop for this couch in person. So it's just like delivered to our house like soon after we bought this house, and it looks nice, but it is not that comfortable actually.
Yeah, I like my couch with my heated.
Oh, well, there you go. That sounds delightful. But no, I need a couch that you can like sink into, like, you know, where you feel like you just don't want to get up.
It eats you. Like you sit in it. And
That's what I want. Where it'd be a spot that you would have to like pry me off of it to like go to bed. That's what I want. I want it to be like really soft too, like material. So if you have any recommendations for me, let me know.
Plush.
But we have been looking. Yeah, something plush would be fantastic.
But then you'll be so comfortable you just start sleeping.
I won't fall asleep, no, because I'm dialed in down here. I just I want to be comfy with a blanket and a really soft, like cushy chair. So
I'm the opposite.
yeah, he wants to be like sitting straight.
I got a
up
couple
and,
like wooden rocking chairs that are like I'm very upright, and they're wood. I like put a pillow behind my back so I don't like hurt, but they're wood, so not super comfortable, and they rock. But it also keeps like an upright posture.
Yeah.
So I gotta be like not super comfortable so I can stay
Stay focused.
Stay focused. There was one time Katie came home from somewhere and I was in our dining room.
Sitting at the table.
I had like the chandelier on and I was sitting at the table reading like this.
Just like straight up.
She was so
like,
confused and I'm like,
happening?
I gotta focus, you know?
Yeah. It was funny.
Like I need to not be comfortable reading. I need like a comfort, but not actually super comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so like,
I mean, the lighting is great in there, but I was just like, what? Why are you reading at the table?
Well, like I had you know, I had to read a couple of chapters. So.
I do that occasionally, like if my daughter is doing something at the table that I don't necessarily need to be engaged with her in, but if I just want to sit by her, like be near her while she's coloring or doing something on her own at the table. A hammock swing, okay. That does sound nice.
That would be...
Man, that makes me wish for warmer weather,
That
too.
seems doable, yes. I think I could do that.
Yeah,
we actually have in our house. We have a really nice attached screen porch. So it's only for 3 seasons because we live in Wisconsin, but it's screened in, so there's no bugs, and we love it out there.
We do like to sit out there when it's not dark yet.
But
do the afternoon.
We love
reading.
it out there, but like there's a couple of times we were reading out there during like when it's raining.
Yeah, that's relaxing.
And it was amazing. Like we love it out there, but yeah,
cozy vibes.
That's really only during the day.
Yeah.
Because at night it's way too dark out there to read.
Well, we haven't gotten good enough lighting out there. We could if we really wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd ever be good for night though.
I think nighttime for out there, we normally are just chatting and normally enjoying an adult beverage of some kind and enjoying the warm weather.
And we have like an egg chair out there. But we have our house
We
has
have so
tons
many
of chairs.
places to sit, and I don't like any
Katie
of them.
does
I'm
very
so
picky. So
I'm like, I need like a makeshift bed on this level is essentially what I want. Like a smaller version of our bed.
Yeah. So she actually found a double Papazon chair at World Market yesterday that we're looking at. It was a double Papazon and it had like a
we could both sit in it, or I can sit in it by
big
myself,
cushion.
You know.
So we are looking at that if it fits.
Yes, we might get that.
She wants like
a
huge oversized chair, but we actually don't really have a room.
I just don't know if we have the space for
that.
Like, so this one would actually probably work. It would still like give me the oversized feel to an extent, because obviously it's not it's not a single chair. It's double. So then it does create that extra space. So that if I'm sitting there alone, I can definitely like lounge, like take up more of the space with it.
Yeah. We'll find the chair.
So we'll update you when we.
Oh, you'll know.
When we have it.
You'll know once we get the chair, but she's got to test it out.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
A Papa Bear chair. I like that.
Papa Bear. Yeah, this one was very nice actually.
Yeah, we both did test it out.
Yeah. Because it's true. We never really tested much of our chairs out before we bought them.
That's the issue. Like, so I was like, when we get something this time, I'm sitting in it.
I've kind of noticed something about furniture. The more attractive it is, the less comfortable it is. Like our couch is beautiful. It's very nice. It's a gorgeous couch, very modern looking, but it's not comfortable. No. We were at World Market yesterday and like, oh, this chair's awesome. This chair's so nice.
And then you sit on it and it's like stiff. So like, I'm like, oh no, that's
the more modern it's looking, the more modern and the more attractive. Like, you want a kind of an ugly, like,
I don't know, but
chair,
but
like,
that's what's
or just like a plain. That's why like even a beanbag chair. It's like it's just a beanbag. So you gotta find an ugly chair that's super comfortable.
I don't think the one we sat in was ugly. It would look okay.
It was nice. And then it's crazy how.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean,
for sure.
You don't want to pay $600 for a chair that. I mean, maybe that's what I need. So maybe I need a super uncomfortable, attractive chair. Yeah, you're right. They're marketing towards me.
Yeah.
All right. Final question. Your ideal. It's a 2-part.
Okay.
Your ideal reading snack and beverage.
I don't snack very often when I'm reading. Yeah. Oh, you love your recliner. Yeah, recliner is good. We have one, but it's down in our basement. Yeah.
Recliner's a classic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big snacker when it comes to reading.
If you were to snack, though.
If I were to snack, it would need to be something that's not messy. So, like, because I don't want to get it on my pages, because I read primarily physical books.
You're not going to eat a taco?
Hot tea and butter cookies. I love that. That sounds yummy.
Oh, butter cookies are the
Butter
best.
cookies, yum.
Oh man, I'm super Scandinavian, and my grandma always had the tin of cookies, and they're so good. And she'd make really horrible coffee, and we would drink it and eat the butter cookies in the tin.
Nice. Yum, yum,
If you
yum.
know the tin, you know. Yes.
So yeah, if I had to pick a snack, it would probably be, you don't eat or drink when reading. Okay.
Oh, neither.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
Like not spaghetti and meatballs?
I don't want to say popcorn. I'm not a big popcorn eater. But like probably like a cracker, like crackers, or like because I mean those do get crumbly.
Pretzels.
But I just wouldn't. Yeah, pretzels are good. I've had pretzels before, or like nuts of some kind.
Like we read.
Would be good.
We really don't snack.
We
while
don't,
we read.
because I do most of my reading later in the day. So I feel like for me, we've eaten dinner, and I'm not super hungry most nights. Like we eat a good enough meal, so I don't really eat a lot between dinner and going to bed. So I would say, like, there are nights in the week where I do enjoy tea while I'm reading. I think that goes well with books, or like a nice glass of wine. Otherwise, we like craft beer. I feel like that hasn't really been a secret. So normally that.
On mood and time. I don't snack in the morning. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheez-Its. Oh, now I want Cheez-Its.
I'm just saying, like, ideal. Yeah, we did a reel where I used a Cheez-It as a bookmark.
Yeah, we need to come back with another reel. Part
people
2.
were not pleased.
No,
people were not pleased.
They were not happy
with
about
the
Cheez-It being inside the
really
book,
with
which
any
is
of
understandable, but.
Like I needed a bookmark because I couldn't find one. I was eating Cheez-Its, and I used the Cheez-It as the bookmark. And it was funny, but people were not pleased.
Yeah, we came up with the most random
you're gonna
things
get
that you could use as a bookmark.
The Cheez-It grease on the page, so I get it.
Well, yeah, so that's the thing. I wouldn't want anything super messy, which is probably why I don't eat a lot while I'm reading.
The snack, I don't know. That's a good one.
I mean, you're the one who asked.
Maybe pretzels.
Okay, pretzels for you.
Well, I asked it, but I guess when I was I realized like we don't really snack while we're eating.
Snack while we're eating. Snack while we're reading.
I don't snack while I'm eating because I'm eating. Snack while you're reading.
I knew what you meant.
But yeah, the beverages was really the question.
Okay, so for you.
I've said ideal, like,
All right, beverage for you.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Maybe a bourbon.
A bourbon? That would be your ideal?
But it's got to be like, you can't have too much ice because then your hand gets all wet,
Yeah, same deal with the messy snacks.
You gotta be, when you're eating and drinking, you gotta be thoughtful of the books.
Yes, you do have to be.
What snack and drink will make my book less? Because actually right before we got on here,
oh my gosh,
our daughter was drinking a juice at the coffee table, which is a no-no. We should have caught her earlier. And of course it spilled and got over some of these books that we were going to show today.
Yeah.
So
that was cool. We both kept our cool, but I was definitely like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Like it was,
like, like literally all the books we showed today.
So nothing got totally damaged, thank heavens.
It just, most of it got on the table, but there was like a splatter.
A little bit.
And it splattered on some of the books, and it was juice, so it was kind of sticky, but
it's okay.
It was
our books survived.
Yep.
But it was like
it was a little sad, but you gotta expect when you have 3 young kids and books around there.
And that those shouldn't have been sitting there while she had an open
accidents.
Thing.
It was a good learning experience for everyone.
For everyone involved.
Don't put books by drinks. Don't drink and read.
Even just water. I mean, goodness, that still would have been damaging.
I know water.
Even just water, plain water.
Water's very damaging. I mean, it'll warp a book.
As I just set my water next to a book, but I'm not as
that one is anti-spill.
Not as clumsy as my daughter either. So that's good.
So that was a fun game. Ideal reading. If you're watching this later on, drop in the comments what are your 3 answers to those questions. You got a time, a chair, and a snack.
And or drink.
Well, and or drink, 2-part.
Yeah.
It's a 2-part.
Or maybe you go neither.
I was going to ask environment too, because I mentioned the thing about reading like when it's raining.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a good one.
Like I imagine like reading like on a front porch during the day, but it's raining and you're reading.
Yeah.
And it's like you get the sound of the rain. So it might be hard to find that situation, but if that was my ideal situation.
Yeah, see, I'm more of a, as much as I do like to be outdoors, I would have to say I'm more of an indoor reader.
Like by a fireplace.
Yeah, like, so my environment would be like, I don't know. Like, I still really would love for us to go on a trip to like Colorado where we would go to a cabin in the woods, like in the mountains, and we would probably go when it's not nice outside, actually, because I'd want to
Like
be
in the winter?
inside,
Yeah.
like in the cabin with a fireplace. That would be delightful. Like something like that, where you can like look out these like big windows of the cabin and see it snowing, or you know,
That's
so like
true.
a winter getaway to somewhere like that would be really cool. Because I just love the cozy vibes of that.
We have a fireplace. We turn it on.
We do have a
You read by it.
fireplace.
It's super warm.
I do read by it sometimes.
Like it's very hot. But we also one thing we're working on too in our house is during the day our house is excellent for lights. We have millions
a
of
lot of
windows. But at night it's
super dark.
so dark.
So we need more lighting in here for at nighttime.
We live in an old house, so there's really no overhead lighting in the living room.
Yeah.
Like there's no recessed lighting or fixtures.
So you just need
So
lamps.
we have lamps. And I think maybe that's why I was reading in the dining room that one day.
Yeah, for the better lighting.
So like really our bedroom's got pretty good light. That's why you like that. And the dining room and the kitchen.
Yeah, it's like let's go stand in the kitchen and read. That'll
Those
keep you
have the
awake.
good lights.
Stand next to the counter.
All it does is rain.
Aw.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it rains a lot by you.
It is very soothing.
It is soothing. Yeah.
I like it. The rain is very nice. It's supposed to rain this week for us. So.
Well, it rained a little today, but not a lot. And I think we're supposed to get more rain or tomorrow.
Yeah,
Wednesday?
I don't like rain, but like if it's like I'm inside and I'm reading, it's soothing.
Yeah.
Every time like a storm goes on, we go out to that Four Seasons, our Three Seasons porch, and
When it's nice enough.
and
to do
we
that,
will
yeah.
sit there in the storm, and it's awesome.
And the kids really like that.
Yeah, and it's like overhung enough so you don't get wet, so it's a very nice time. All right, so that was fun. But we're gonna play everyone's favorite game. Are you ready?
Guess that book.
Guess that book. All right, so I got 3. If you've been watching the last couple weeks, I've done this, and so far every book has gotten guessed.
Yeah.
So I went on Goodreads. I selected 3 more books. They're fairly popular titles. These ones may be more difficult. So we're gonna play Guess That Book again and see what happens. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are
We'll
good.
see.
You guys are good at this game.
See if he can stump us
I mean,
this
if
time.
if this keeps going each week, I'm going to have to get
Make it
a
a
little
lot
trickier. But are you ready for number 1? I'll try not to ruin. Like last week, I kind of a spoiler. I'll try not to ruin.
The name of the book was like
Yeah.
in the description.
All right.
It's like, oh, I wonder.
Are we ready? Okay. You ready? When Lauren returns home to her flat in London late one night, she is greeted at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem. She's not married. She's never seen this man before in her life. But according to her friends, her much improved decor, and the photos on her phone, they've been together for years. Interesting. It's a little.
Does anybody know?
Do you know?
Because I don't think I know, actually.
You don't know.
I also am slightly distracted
We'll
because
get-
I think I can hear one of our children talking upstairs.
We'll
So.
give a couple. It's got a 3.52 average rating on Goodreads. Almost 100,000 ratings.
Oh, wow.
So pretty popular book. This one's pretty popular. We
Okay.
do own it.
Okay.
We do own it. All 3 is we do own.
Okay.
And you have not read them.
All right.
Any guesses?
You might have to read it again, or unless somebody has a guess.
Yeah, it's a debut.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe read it again.
All right. When Lauren returns home to her flat in London late one night, she's greeted at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem. She's not married. She's never seen this man before in her life, but according to her friends, her much improved decor, and the photos on her phone, they've been together for years.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's getting it. I'm not either. I can't think of it.
The book is called The Husbands.
The Husbands.
The Husbands.
Okay, I was gonna say
you
that,
were gonna
but
say
I wasn't
that.
sure if it was set in London or not.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was throwing me off. Okay.
Yeah. Did anyone know that one?
The
No?
Husbands.
The
No,
Husbands.
I was wondering if it was that, but I was
yeah.
second guessing myself because I was like, I'm like, what? Is it a thriller or like? No, it's not a thriller. Okay.
All right, so I stumped you. Nope, no one got it. All right, that was a good stumper. All right, the next one here. All right, you might get this one.
Okay.
We'll see. Former child stars reunite to uncover the tragedy that ended their show and discover the secret of its enigmatic host. In this dark supernatural thriller, I don't want to say the rest. All right. 30 years after a tragic accident shut down production of the classic children's program, the 5 surviving cast members have done their best to move on. But just as generations of cultishly devoted fans still cling to the lessons they learned from the show. That's all I can read. Do you got?
I do know it.
You do know? Kenny knows this one.
Anybody else knows it?
I almost said it. I almost read it.
It's Mr. Magic.
Mr. Magic. By.
It's like Kirsten or Kristen.
Kirsten White. Yes, extra credit for
That one's a horror book.
Yeah.
It's a pink book. You'd think it's not horror with the pretty pink cover.
Horror.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Magic. Nicole, you got it. Yes. Yeah.
Have you read that one?
I can see on Goodreads that Laura marked it as want to read.
Want to read. Okay.
So clearly she did a little research. All right, last one.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. All right. I think you'll get this one too. We'll see. All right. So it takes place in 1978 in Florida. In the middle of the night, a man breaks into a female student dormitory. He goes from room to room and kills several residents. He will soon be known as one of the most famous serial killers in the USA. But he was observed committing his crime. The survivors, including key witness Pamela Schumacher, will be forever changed by this night. They have all become victims. But they tell their perspectives here. They remain masters of their stories.
Does anyone else know before I answer?
Yeah, give it a little time. Give it a little time here.
So I do know this one.
You do know this one?
Oh, she got it.
One. Yeah, good job, Mindy. By bonus points for the author.
Jessica something.
Yes, Jessica something. Yep. It is something.
Jessica something.
Her last name is something, yes.
Does anyone know what her last name is? Because I can't think
it
of
actually has a 4-star rating on Goodreads. 179,000 ratings. That's good.
It's been on my shelf for a long time, and I do really want to read it.
I noticed that. I was kind of peeking at their shelf, and I was like, which ones have you not read yet? Yeah, it's by Jessica Noel.
Well, and it's based on, like, true events. It's based on, what's his name? Ted Bundy, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? Really?
It's like, I don't know if I want to say loosely based, but, oh, you loved that book.
You loved it. So you've read it, so yeah.
But yeah, it's, based on true events, but focused more on the girls, the victims, than the, the serial killer.
All right.
We watched the movie with Zac Efron about that. Yeah,
it is
that's what
okay.
I thought.
Thank you, Mindy.
We watched the movie with him as Ted Bundy, and that was pretty.
It was
disturbing.
It was weird.
He did a good job. He's not just the pretty boy all the time.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that and you liked the book, then I would recommend it. Oh, they never mentioned his name. Okay.
It's just like
but that's
loosely
what I
based.
thought. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for playing Guess That Book.
Sounds scary.
Well, they were scary books.
No, they weren't all.
We'll come back with 3 more. So
Husbands
I did stump you guys. So I get a point
Get
for
a little credit for that.
I get a point for stumping. I'm keeping track for like at the end of the year.
Okay.
How many I stump you guys on?
All right. 1 point for Corey.
1 point. 1 point for Mindy. Nice work.
Good job, Mindy.
I'll give you one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think 2 weeks ago the same maybe it was Mindy. She got all of them.
All of them?
Was that you, Mindy?
Awesome.
You know your stuff.
All right. Well, I think that's all we
Oh,
have for tonight. Right?
That is it. Yeah.
That's it.
If anyone has anything, I've noticed we could use some more thumbs ups.
Yes.
A couple more thumbs
that
ups
would
would
be
be great. If you haven't hit that yet,
Yeah.
it actually does help. I don't know why, but it does help
Okay.
to hit the thumbs up.
All right. Well,
It helps get stuff into the stratosphere.
yeah. I guess it lets YouTube know that people want to see our content.
It lets them know that this is good stuff. It
It
was
was you.
me. Yeah, I thought
Good.
so.
Good. You keep up on all the
Smash that
popular
like. Yep. All right, keep
reads.
them coming.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was cool. So next week, hopefully, we'll have our aardvark books to show you.
Yes. I don't think we'll have them by Friday for beer.
We'll see what else comes in the mail, because books have just been showing up a lot lately. It's been awesome.
It's been pretty great.
It's like we saw the UPS truck pull up, and I was like,
oh, it's book shaped.
"Is it?" They're usually book shaped. Like it looks like a book.
Looks like that's gonna be a book.
They're all books. If anyone has any ideas for future episodes for like a general topic,
yeah, we will take some recommendations.
I came up with the reading things on a whim.
That's good.
Which is cool. But yeah, if anyone has any ideas or any suggestions or anything you want to hear,
yeah,
or also any questions
for us,
we'd love to answer them.
They could even be non-book related. I don't know. I mean, I feel like we like to get to know all of you.
Yeah.
You know, chatting with us here, and so
yeah,
you know.
We've been busy reorganizing our room. Like we got this set up last week, and then this weekend we were working on our other room. We're just kind of, I don't know. We're just kind of we're
looking for a new chair for me. Yeah, we're kind of making
like we've lived in this house
changes.
now for almost 3 years, and we needed a little
need to freshen up the space a little bit. Just change it up. Yep.
Yeah. Like if you switch around your house, it like almost feels like a different house.
Let us know if you ever get into moods like that where you just all of a sudden start moving things around and you're just like on a roll.
Spring cleaning. We love the bookshelves.
Oh, thank you so much. We do too.
And we're actually we do need another bookshelf.
Oh yeah, so we already do. In our 4 seasons.
We are in the market for another bookshelf.
Yeah.
But like we try to find older shelves. Like we want to find like this one behind us. I think it's like from the 1950s. So we're trying to find like older bookshelves just to match our aesthetic. So it is a little harder to find, especially in good condition and that like fit our space.
Yes.
Like we have a space in our other room. It's got to be
we might
tall
want like a little corner shelf of some
corner,
kind.
or tall and skinny.
Yeah, because we still want like we want to be able to put a lot of books on it, but it would be be good to have it.
Because this shelf is full now. Like it's all the way full.
Yep, we're already at capacity. So because the way we have so technically we have some shelf space upstairs in our book nook, but the way that we have it in there, our system
He's not always big on. Well, he's got to help probably, right? Yeah.
Our system upstairs is we put our books that we have read on those shelves. I think we've shared that before, or at least one of us has read them. And so we do have some empty shelf space on one of them right now, but it's because we need to keep it empty so that we can keep putting the books that we've read on there. So yeah. We need some more space for down here.
We keep
for
our
new books that we keep accumulating.
Yeah, like I'm sure most people don't do that. We keep our read books and unread books separate. And I'm not sure why, but it's just something we do because we want to see like I don't know. We like to separate them.
Still need to read. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, our book nook's pretty cool. Maybe we should show off our book nook again.
Yeah, we
soon.
should do that at some point. If you want to see our little. Yeah,
I mean, we don't really, it was meant to be like
I wanted to
a
sit
reading
there,
space,
but I also didn't get a good chair for that space either, and it's because it's not that big of a space.
It's very small.
So it was like that's where I wanted a different chair for in there because I don't like the one that's in there. That's why I don't sit in there.
It's a very cute room.
Otherwise, I would.
Well, it used to be like a closet.
You keep them separate too. Okay.
You keep separate. Yeah, it's just kind of nice to know. Like when we look on the shelf behind us, like these are books we got to read. So if you're looking for a book to pick.
Yep.
You grab one from here, or you do what I do. You go to the bookstore, buy new ones, and then
either way it works.
And then the cycle just never ends, which is amazing.
Never ending.
But now we're just getting
cycle.
books showing up, which is
For free,
which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
But it's
Can't complain.
also not neat. It's both neat and not neat. Because then it's just like,
Perpetuates
what do I read now?
our already existing problem.
What is next?
It's okay.
But yeah, enough of that. We'll move on. We're almost at an hour.
Yep.
So thanks to everyone who watched.
Yeah. Oh yeah, keeping them separate.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I think it does too.
Yeah.
But like I think one of the things that Katie gets frustrated with, it's like if she's read a book, she wants to like keep them all together. Like you want to keep like the series or like the same authors together.
Right.
But then in a
and
way,
then it's frustrating because it's like I have to put it. I put it upstairs because I'm done with it. But then I have other books by the same author. But they all go next to each other eventually. Again,
like we
Once they're all read.
we want this shelf behind us one day to be all hardcovers. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of the plan. So like once we start getting more from Aardvark
night,
and stuff.
Mindy.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
We
week.
will talk to you next time.
Tune in on Friday for beer and books.
Or that one we post later, but yeah, we will film it Friday and we'll have it up sometime on
Yes.
Saturday. So
Don't tune in
otherwise,
Friday.
otherwise we will be back live next Monday.
Tune in on Saturday
Yes.
once we post it.
So we will see you then.
Bye bye.